In my previous videos talking about the Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and Sun and Moon demos, I talked a lot at the end about how I wish the Pokemon Company continued making demo games for modern consoles. And imagine my surprise when I found out that they had, sort of. Let me explain. There was a long lost demo that seemingly nobody played for the first Pokemon games released on the Switch. Nobody's talked about these relics since the day is gone, and I'm here to tell you that that's for good reason. It all started late 2018. Pokemon Go had taken the world by storm. Pokemon fever had reached a boiling point, and it all culminated in a roadshow that traveled across Europe and North America called the Let's Go Roadshow. It was here that boys and girls of all ages and sizes could frolic in merriment and wonder, surrounded by the merchandise and well-disguised advertising of their favorite media franchise. And one of the major draws was a brand new, never-before-seen demo of the recently announced Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. But for those who were not fortunate enough to attend these events in person, on February 13th of 2019, the Pokemon Company released the demo for the Nintendo Switch on the online eShop, with absolutely no changes. It's a 5-minute romp through Viridian Forest, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing to talk about. If you're like me, you might be wondering, how do I convince people to subscribe to my silly little YouTube channel? That, my friend, I can't answer for you. But you also might be wondering, what on earth is there to do or talk about in a 5-minute demo with 8 Pokemon to capture? Well, my dear fellow human, the demo opens up to a title screen that is randomly selected between both the Pikachu and Eevee versions of the game. After continuing with the prompt, you are dropped straight into Viridian Forest where Professor Oak is waiting for you. He thinks you are here to help him with some Pokemon research. So if you agree to his terms, he asks you to explore the forest to catch and battle as many Pokemon as you can. Then lets us know that he'd be waiting for us on the other side. Now there are a few items that you can grab, such as Pokeballs, raspberries, potions, antidotes, and a handful of Ultra Ball, none of which can you do anything with outside of this demo. This is why nobody loves you, Let's Go demo. On top of items that you can't keep, you can battle a few trainers to get some XP if you want. For these battles, the game gives you a full team of Pokemon to play with, including Eevee, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Meowth, and Pikachu. The Pikachu and Eevee will switch hats depending on which version you're loaded into. Speaking of XP, you can in fact catch enough Pokemon to level up and evolve your team. One of the gimmicks of these games, there are many, is the ability to do something called a catch combo. Catch combos have many uses. The longer your combo goes, the higher your XP multiplier will go. It also increases your chances of finding rare Pokemon like this Bulbasaur. But the benefit that I am interested in is the ability to raise your odds of finding a shiny Pokemon. There has been a lot of debate and misunderstandings about how the shiny mechanics work in these games. If you want to know more detail about how the odds work and how you can manipulate them, why don't you check out this video from A-Drive, which is where I got most of my information. But to sum it up, it used to be widely understood that as you combo Pokemon, your odds of a shiny appearing increases by stages, with your maximum odds at a combo of 31. But it turns out that this was not quite the whole story, because while your best odds do occur at 31, it only applies to the next Pokemon of that chained species that spawns in. Meaning that if you wanted to chain your odds for Psyduck, as a non-specific example, you would have to continue catching Psyducks for as long as it takes for a shiny to pop up. And for every new Psyduck that spawns, continuing your chain, it has the new odds of 1 in 273. And with a limited number of Pokeballs per playthrough of this demo, at like 115, chain is guaranteed to break eventually. With this in mind, I still felt like it'd be kind of fun to do that for this video. So I set forth on a totally meaningless quest to capture as many Psyducks as I could manage before wanting to go to sleep because it was 3 in the morning. And after a combo of 67, I set my controller down and just waited at this sign until... This is the worst timing for this. Hold on. I don't want to lose this. I'm in the middle of a conversation. Shiny Nidoran male. I was in the middle of I was watching, a friend of mine sent me a Snapchat and I was listening to their video. The timing was impeccable. Nidoran male, shiny Nidoran male in the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee demo version. What the, this is insane. And because I know that you want to know, yes, you can walk with your shiny Pokemon that you'll never see again right here in the woods, and it's magical. But that's kind of all there is to this demo. You could take your time to level up your Pokemon and evolve them, but there is no reward for doing so, And like I said, nothing can be transferred to the full games. Only thing left to do is to speak to the professor, who takes a note of how many Pokemon you've caught and thanks us for our help, sending us on our way. If you choose to boot the game back up after this, you will start all over, having lost everything that you accomplished. And upon realizing that you just threw away 4 hours of your life that you'll never get back, you can take solace in the fact that, well, at least you got a fun video out of it. And there you go, there you have it. That's the Pokemon Let's Go demo that you can still download on your Nintendo Switch if you want. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to look back at this because, I mean, really nobody talks about it. I mean, even with the Sun and Moon demo, at least people knew that you had to go back for that for Ash Greninja, or with the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire demo, people knew that you could go back for that for an easy Glaylite. But this kind of just, it doesn't provide anything. It doesn't have any value outside of the, like, 4 months that it was available before the game's released. I did find it actually a little bit noteworthy that there are some Pokemon that spawn in this Viridian Forest that are not available in the full game's Viridian Forest, and I have to assume they were just included because they're like fan favorites like Psyduck and Meowth. And there was no Weedle or Caterpie, so I don't know, the spawns are weird, but outside of that, it really doesn't have anything going for it. I hope you guys had fun nonetheless. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta go make a sandwich. It's food time. I gotta put food in his belly. So I'll leave you guys with this video right here if you guys want to watch it. This is my personal suggestion. YouTube thinks you might like that one, but I don't know what it is. So with that, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.